Rear motor mount. I just did this right motor mount. Got done doing that front motor mount. I'm working on the back one. Didn't put everything back in. Pretty glad I didn't. Gonna remove the center bolt again so we can jack the engine up and give us clearance to get that mount out of the way and replaced. Raise the vehicle, support it, jack stands. I'm doing the rear motor mount. Hang on. And of course, jack the vehicle up, support it. Support the engine or transmission. I'd rather do it on the transmission on this one, but I'm removing the top 4 bolts that hold it down to the bracket, hold the motor down to the bracket. We're not removing them, but breaking them loose. And I'm going to remove the bottom ones, and I'm going to jack it up, try and separate it. I'm going to leave the plate on, see if I can get away with leaving it on. We'll see. Okay, remove the bottom 4 bolts. They're gone. I got the center bolt broke loose. Same method. Using my 22mm wrench and applying pressure very easily and slowly. You don't want this to break loose and you bang your hand and cut yourself. Been there. So just be very patient. Look at that fucker just staring at my face. Alright, I got the center bolt out. About to remove the top 4 bolts that hold the mount to the bracket. Alright. Now this mount I showed you had a 10mm bolt held down to something. There was another one on the other side. This is how it went. Okay, once I got the 10mm bolt on this side, I was able to move this out of the way, slide it over, and get the bracket out. And soon after, this just fell right out. Super easy. It was bottom up, so this side coming, towards you first. So it comes out like this. It's a lot more room in the rear than there is in the front. Let's finish that up, and then we'll do the 2 side transmission mounts. Call it a day. Transfer the bracket over to the new mount. All right, in order to get the rear mount in, get your bracket in there first. Okay, then you're gonna have to lower it, because when you try to get the mount in there, it won't fit. You want the top to squeeze in through here, this gap. But while it's jacked up, you're not gonna get any clearance. So once you get the bracket in here, set it up, all right, you lower the engine. Okay, don't bottom out, just lower it enough to where you get clearance up there. And you'll know, just try it, and try to set your mount up there. Okay, it's not gonna go right in, but once you get the top in there, this bottom part is gonna interfere with this. It's gonna be sticking out here. And that's when you jack it back up and you gain the clearance, all right, because it's already up there. The top is already, on the spot. It's not pinched or nothing. And you jack it up and it's gonna become to, raise up and slide right in. Okay, just be safe. Once you get the bracket and the mount in there, you can start all the bolts by hand. It's very easy to line them up. The center bolt that goes to the block with a use a 17 deep socket. Just gotta push it past the rubber mount, but that's easy. Everything lines up, tighten it up, plug it up, you're good to go. This one behind the exhaust bracket, gonna have to use 14 gear wrench, 14mm gear wrench. The rest are here with the impact. Okay, now you lower the engine back down, just enough to get this center bolt in. Didn't even have to make any adjustments. Went right in. We're doing the transmission mounts. Both transmission mounts. 07 Honda Odyssey EX and EXL. Notice how I moved my block further to the center of the transmission. No longer at the edge back there. We're done with the rear mount. We've got the center bolt in. Now we are removing this mount and that mount. And I like leaving the easy ones for last. I like to knock out the difficult parts first. Let's get to it. I just did those not long ago. I'll be damned. The tie rods too. There are 2 bolts. You get it from under the frame on both of them. Get your 14mm nuts from under the frame and 14mm bolt that goes through the mount into the transmission. It's very easy. Jack the vehicle up. Oh, look at that. That's enough. Okay. Self-explanatory. These are very easy. I jacked it up, of course, to remove it. Then I installed the new ones. Started those bolts first. Tightening them down. I'm tightening them down all the way now. Then I'm gonna let the jack down, let it rest on it, let the transmission rest on the mounts, and put the nuts from underneath the chassis. Super easy. You're good to go. All right, finishing up on this Odyssey here. Got to plug up the ECU. Set it back on. Clip it back on that little mount right there. Gonna have to do the 2 small mounts over here. The ground wire. Battery tray. I believe that's it. Hopefully I won't regret this. Gonna reuse my clamps, clean up the mating surface real nice, wipe that down. Hopefully I have no leaks. I'm going to go ahead and clean my battery leads. Okay, I got those 2 here. I'm not gonna leave both the bottom ones out. I'm gonna get the bottom one that's on this side. We'll tighten that one up. This one is very difficult to get, so I'm gonna leave that one out. But this is my car again. Don't do this if this is a customer's car. Okay, that's it. Gonna take it for a test.